What's going on, y'all? Welcome. We will continue the programming. Oh. I hope y'all are having a good one. We just chilling. Is TikTok gonna be nice to me now? I didn't even actually check. Let's see. Okay. TikTok's being nice to me. That's great. So we can investigate whether these links are utilitarious, valid, valuable. Yeah, clicking and selecting over there is not working. So I'm going to find it within the README file. Control click. Yellow Chrome means it's attempting to open a new tab.
Yeah, my guy's 100. You know, I love telling you things.
Okay, this is talking about how important
you don't need like algorithms, so you can get the job that much quicker. But Git is an essential skill if you want to be a web developer. The Codecademy Pro front-end path includes Git.
Okay, so this is just saying you need Git, and Codecademy includes Git. Probably going to end up commenting this one, but we'll keep it around for now. So that would go under external resources. Googling techniques, schooling techniques, schooling techniques. Basic Git. Should I put that under Git or should I put that under external resources? You see, it's kind of in both places. Let's see. So which of these is logically prior? Yeah, logically prior would be external resources because it's in the master plan. So as part of the master plan, I would just make you aware that Git is needed and Codecademy includes Git. And when it comes to me teaching you Git, that won't be in the master plan. That will be in the next section. Control V. This one says basic Git is needed. And Codecademy includes basic Git training. And specifically Codecademy front-end path. Although actually not only that one. They have multiple that do so. Hey, thanks for joining on TikTok. So we are on, look at that. We are on, oh no, my chat's messed up. We're on TikTok and LinkedIn and Twitch and Facebook, it seems. Let me fix that chat really quickly. Boom, okay, chat's reconnected. Yeah, if you were trying to message me on LinkedIn or Facebook within the past few minutes, post again because I won't have seen it. Something was funky with my chat. All right, next up.
Yo, what do you do for a living?
Huh?
What do you do for a living?
Oh, thank you.
No, what do you do for a living?
No.
What?
Okay, so this is just emphasizing the low barrier to entry in programming. So I think I can safely remove this because we've basically talked about that already. Okay, so we'll safely remove that one. Love removing them. I have a bunch of content on my TikTok,
So here's
right?
another-
Follow me on TikTok. This is going to be supporting remote work and the fact that that's COVID resistant, right? Are those two separate benefits? No, I think the COVID resistant aspect. Oh, hey, Cosmic Zig, thank you so much. What's up? How's it going? I think like the COVID resistant thing is kind of implied in the fact that it's remote friendly already.
So this is one of those huge benefits from social networking. When I talk about social networking, I don't mean that you, the applicant, need to do all the work. Use your mentor's social network. That's it.
So this is a reason to use a mentor. Okay. Cool. So what are the subsections here? Why tech and programming? Why React? Why a coaching program? So that'll be number 3. So I don't think I've actually created the section yet. Tech and programming, React. Yeah, and then it jumps to external resources. So create a new subsection right here. Need to get in on Hacktober. Hey, let's go. I'm all for it.
It's one of the reasons a mentor or a code camp is even valuable.
I can plug my own repo if you want to PR me. Or obviously like any of the very cool ones over here. Boop, all these. You might already know, but here's the website. You might already know. It's DigitalOcean this year. But yeah, right now, I'm working on this curriculum for front end. So it's this README file. But if you want to PR another Markdown file for like any curriculum, basically what this project does is it takes a Markdown file and makes a slideshow out of it, right? So if you wanted to just PR a Markdown file, I feel like that would be a pretty easy thing for you to do if you want to just score a pull request. Of course, I've also mentioned the hackathon idea, which I'm really hoping people end up supporting. That'll be great. So this is for job search, fair enough, but
People and they're looking to hire you.
So we got rid of that one. One less TikTok link. Oh gosh, look how many TikTok links. So one of the points of this, right, is just to consolidate useful resources. TikToks are so short, you can never really like get the whole message across. So this would be why, I think it's why a coaching plan. I think that's what it's called. Let me check that string. Why a coaching program. Okay. Go back here, throw an anchor in there so that we can have in-page navigation. Wrap the subtitle hash to make it an anchor link. I may need some help, but I'm totally down. Hey, we're all here to help each other, right? That's one of the things, if somebody else is like kind of eavesdropping on the convo, Cosmic Zig is also like does a lot for the community. So we got to help you too. It's like it shouldn't be one way, right? Why a coaching program? Why a coaching program? All right, let's see if that link works.
So this is one of those huge benefits.
Why a coaching program? Boom. See, it worked. Ew, this is so bad. Use external resources. I'm sorry about the noise. 1 second. Oh, hopefully that wasn't too loud. Are you a data analyst? That is hilarious that you bring that up. Okay. If you visit my TikTok, one of the things that I say is that I'm the CEO of Learn React Not Python. However, starting tomorrow, I'm gonna be fully into Python, like not learning Python, like I actually know Python. I'm gonna be streaming Python tomorrow. We're gonna be doing regressions, like multi-factor regression, because I'm presenting a paper next month on gender effects in tech. So I actually have a PhD in economics, and I obviously use Python for my data analysis. So typically I'm not doing Python content, but hilariously enough, I will be doing that tomorrow. Oh, there's like, yes, all caps, I love it. Yeah, so tune in for that. This course in front of you has nothing to do with Python though. So I don't teach people Python, even though I will be using it, but I don't really teach it. So this would be if you want to learn React.js. But as I said, if you want to do a pull request and contribute your own Markdown file for like a separate curriculum, totally encourage that. Would love to see it. Thanks for the likes. I appreciate that. Okay, use external resources. Oh, it needs the triple bar. to separate a new slide page, basically. This like 3 dashes in Markdown is what we're using to separate the page. See, it pushed it over here now. The 910 is still messed up. What's up with that? 9. Oh, because 9 doesn't have a link anymore. Okay, so that's a little better. We're like what I'm doing, I don't know if this is clear yet, but like what I'm doing right now is making all of these things pretty because they're just like giant gross links right now. And when it's pretty, it looks like this slide. So that's like what we're doing right now. Okay, why a coaching program? Yeah. So this is the link, but we want to put it into like English. Also, I'm going to add the anchor for useful external resources. Cool, let's go make sure that link works, but I think it will. Useful external resources, click, boom, it jumped us over here to that page, perfect. Because you can see if I inspect this H3 element, this heading element, it has the ID, useful external resources, and that's just a thing that Markdown is doing. So by virtue of the fact that I did hash 3 times, this is the Markdown syntax, when the browser is interpreting that, it will like put an ID attribute on it. Hey, by the way, if you're tuning in on TikTok, as much as I appreciate it, you'll probably get a better view of the screen if you hop over to Twitch or YouTube. No pressure, but like I need to get like a wide angle lens or something. Actually, let me pause 2 minutes because I think I have a little wide angle lens for my camera. Let's see if this is gonna work. I've never tried this before. Faria81, thanks for joining in. How are you today? So I'm going to try the wide angle lens.
Okay.
I'm going to be so mad if this doesn't work. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see, that's 4K wide angle. Oh, let's see, does this help at all? Whoa, ew, that's so blurry. What about this one? I have 2 different lenses, that's the thing. I guess that's better, right? It's still not awesome. Second one is better, thanks. Cool, cool, cool. All right, let me snap it on. I was just holding it with my hand. I have to actually like snap it on. How do you work, thingy thingy? I really don't want to get the the 13, the new iPhone. I don't know about y'all's thoughts, but to me it just feels kind of like an unimpressive year this year, if that makes sense. So I think I might just wait till next year. Like cinematic mode, I'm not really going to be using that, you know? At least I don't think I will. Watch it becomes a huge TikTok trend. I'm an Android. Wait, like you or like your phone? No, I'm just kidding. That was dumb. Yeah, I was on Android for a long, long time. Why did I ever switch? I don't really know. It just kind of happened. having trouble with this, so I might end up just skipping this. Give me 20 more seconds. We'll see. Okay. I think I'm gonna skip it. I can't get this to stick on for some reason. I feel like I'm not understanding something. Okay, speak of the devil, as soon as I say that, it sticks. Okay, great. All I have to do now is say things won't work and they will work. Isn't that like how software engineering works anyway? Okay. Whoa, yeah, that's pretty good, right? I mean, I think so. Thank you so much. Okay. Look, it's not perfect. I get it, but I think it's a lot better. Okay. Back to the README file. Arwida joined. Thank you so much, Arwida. Nice to see you here. Okay. So Control Z, Control Shift Y, just to kind of get my bearings where I previously edited. I can see that's undo redo. It just shows me visually what I was just working on. So this is the useful external resources. And then I'll add a trial by fire section and I'll just say to do. So then I'll have the complete README kind of done. Basic technical skills. Okay. Cool. So now I can now I can make my anchor href equals the trial by fire. Control S. Just come over here and make sure the link works. Introduction. I feel like this is kind of ugly. Like I want to break into 2 lines or something. I don't know. I guess I'll do that later. Let me know your thoughts if you have thoughts. So this is the link I just made. Click it. Cannot get. So it didn't work. Let's see what went wrong. Did I spell something differently? Oh, because I didn't use a hashtag. Got to use the hash pound so that it's an in-page anchor link. See, that time it worked. Okay, cool. Basic technical skills. Okay, I need the 3 dashes to separate the slide because that's supposed to be a different page. Got the hot reload, boom, and that looks good. Okay. I feel like at some point I want to do back buttons. I'm going to put that as a GitHub issue. That could be something y'all could do pretty easily. Feet back buttons. As a user, I would like a small back to section TOC, or back to top of section button on each slide. You know what? I'm not sure this is needed because here, if I click this and I hit escape, boom, I get this view. I think it's still useful. I think it's still useful. Cool.
Benefits from social networking. When I talk about social networking, I don't mean that you...
Okay, so Control F, Control V, Y, a coaching program. And so the point here is, let's see, parentheses for the link and then brackets for the text. That's markdown syntax. Then I can drop this. You know what? I'm going to leave the number because this is just the first reason why a coaching plan, and there are going to be multiple reasons. So here, why a coaching plan, this is leverage your mentor's social network. Like expedited social networking, yeah. You're able to leverage your mentor's social network. I think that makes sense. Let me know if you have a better way to explain that. I'm all ears. Boom, why coaching plan? You're able to leverage your mentor's social network. Click this. It's going to navigate on page. I hate that. So what I want to do, wow, I want all of these. I want all of these links to be external. Yeah. Like this. I'll do that in a separate commit. I can actually commit right now. Control Z, Control Shift Z. So I'll call this feet and knit why a coaching plan. Kind of initialize that section. Stage that. Control Enter Command if you're on Mac. Drop it down and push. And let's get this comment right here. This is something that our transpiler, our markdown to HTML and JavaScript transpiler, like the slides builder, basically. It uses this comment syntax to change an ordinary anchor into an anchor that will open in a new tab. And that's what we want to do for basically all the things. So boom, I'll put it on all these. Boom, boom, boom. I could even write like a special linter that makes sure that I don't forget to do that, because it's really easy to forget. Okay, I think that's good. Control Z, Control Shift Z, boom, Control S. Let me add another issue for that. That's another thing we can do. Issues. Create. This will be feet. Custom lint rule for target blank. As a developer, I would like a linter to make sure that my markdown links are use the reveal.js syntax by default or appropriately, so that I don't forget and I accidentally commit a link that changes the current page. Ew, that would be gross. Okay. I think it makes sense. Submit new issue. Bam, bam. Cool. So, now where are we? Let's just test those links. Just go through the slideshow. I also want a favicon. Let me check this out. Admin. Oof. Oh, great. I'm going to have to delete the stream now. That stinks. Put people's emails on there. Theme. So yeah, here's the site theme. Have to jump on a call in 2 minutes, but what's up? Hey, Brian, how's it going? Continuing to work on this open source curriculum for Laterally Slides. Got a README file that you can just look at the repository and basically get the basics of learning to code. Or you can open it in a slideshow format hosted freely with GitHub Pages. don't let people tell you that you need to pay money for a portfolio site. You don't. You can get free hosting. And so just working on this slideshow, Brian. Yeah, so I have a transpiler from Markdown into a slideshow. And I want to add the favicon. That's what I was just now doing. So here, oh, where'd it go? Close that. Here is the favicon. Forget which one this was. I thought it was like round or something. Cancel that. Cancel that. Let's see. See, it's white on white. I can't tell if it has the round edges. Thank you so much. I guess I can edit. Right-click, edit. Edit with paint. Good old undefeated paint. See, even now I can't tell because I think paint just opens transparent with a white background. I'm gonna just guess and check, baby. Let's guess and check. Cool. So favicon. Control Shift F, favicon, delete files to include. So it'll search across my repos. What I'm doing now is I'm looking for another project where I have an example where I included a favicon. Yeah. Just so that I can have an example like this guy right here. Control C, close this guy, and now we'll go straight back to laterally slides. No results. Beat Sampras. What's up? Thanks for joining. Glad to see you here. So I will go to, all of this is getting transpiled into my index HTML file. So you see right here, div, class reveal, class slides, section, data markdown. Text area content is injected in the last script in the body at runtime. And so tiny little script right here. This is what actually does the transpilation. Boop, this guy. So what I want to do now is include a favicon. How can I do that? The sample snippet that I copied is an anchor tag, but I feel like it's not supposed to be an anchor tag. So I'm going to just Google it. Favicon syntax. Yep, I'm expecting a link like this. Great. Control C. So since it's a link, I feel comfortable throwing it up in the head. Boom. Going to paste this and comment it, probably come back and delete it, but just don't want to lose that snippet in case it's useful. Shortcut icon, favicon, image X. It's a .ico. So let's open up two. We're on Windows. You can do the same thing with Explorer, or you can use your terminal. CP would be the bash copying command, but we'll just do this using File Explorer. Basically, I have my downloads folder, and then we're going to have a, because downloads folder has my favicon image in it, and then we're also going to open my GitHub repo, which is laterally slides. And we want to drop it as a sibling of the index file because the index file will be referring to it via this, which will be at the top of the server, if that makes sense. It's like the root directory or the root folder of the server. And the way that we're serving this app, this repo root is also the server root. That's how this app is organized. Cool. So let's grab Like all three of these, I guess. I think it's one of these. So we'll start with the 128. Which one's? This one's 24. Let's start with the 128. So I'm going to copy and paste it. I'm going to rename it favicon.ico. I don't know if I can just rename it like that. Let's see though. Boom, refresh. And it doesn't seem to be working. Let's go PNG to ICO. Or can I do, can I use a PNG file as a favicon? Can I use PNG file as favicon? Must be one of PNG, GIF, or ICO. So I can use a PNG. So let me change the extension to PNG. I'm actually going to delete that because I'm not sure that's going to work. So let's recopy again from source. Because whenever you rename it, sometimes it does things. Favicon.png. Okay. We'll call it here favicon.png. Yep. Boom. It worked. And you know what? I don't know. Okay. Click here. Oh, you see it's got the square edging. Let me show you what I'd like to see. Incognito window. Here is laterally.io. You see how I have circular edging there? That's what I really want to see. Let's go like sort by file type, sort by type. Am I just missing it? Circle. Okay. I was just missing it. I think it's this one. Okay. I'm going to paste that, delete the favicon PNG, copy and paste so that there's two. I never want to edit the original, right? Because I might lose it. So here's favicon.png, enter. Close this. By the way, you can sign up for Laterally if you want to learn to code. This is like the website. This is like my website where my course is. And it's using this open source curriculum. So I made the curriculum open source. Just going to F5. And now I have the, can you see? I don't know how well y'all can see. Yeah, on Twitch, you have the resolution to see. It's got circular edging on the favicon now, which is pretty cool. You can see everyone else is doing that. Look, OpenSea is doing that. Vercel is doing that. You know, Teachable and GitHub and Google, they're all doing the circular favicon. It's like the hip thing. Restream. Stripe is out here being wild with their material style rounded square. Okay, so just going to commit the favicon. That's its own feature. Here's that. And I no longer need this comment. Commit that. Click the file to get a diff and VS Code, just double checking the changes that I made. One line in this file as expected, and the 5 favicon. And then I can revert, which is to say discard, which is to say delete these extraneous images. Okay. So this will be conventional commit feet, :space, favicon. That's it. That's all you need. Control, enter, drop it down, and push. This is such a bad practice, y'all, because I'm doing like a bunch of features under the same branch. In theory, these should all be different branches, but this is like a small baby repo, so I'm kind of fine doing that. Here's all the README changes so far. Let's close, right-click, close others. Here we'll do feet links as target equal underscore link. That's the change we just did there. Eli Thinky. Did I say that right? Eli Thinky? Or Eli Thinky? Thanks for joining. Cool. So what I want to do next is commit the trial by fire. We can get rid of that. No, let's leave it. That's a useful comment. because earlier we do the trial by fire, but we never commit it. Control, click this, grinding through these TikTok videos to see what's useful and what's not.
Free on SSRN that I wrote, Hireability and Educational Prestige. Here I use coursereport.com data to show that the boot camps, which are...
Yeah, so the question here is, what is a good boot camp? So that's useful under external resources. Useful external resources. This will be... a good boot camp. You can good boot camps can be found on coursereport.com. You know what? I'm gonna do that's gonna be like a bullet point. How to find a good boot. How to identify a high quality boot camp. Use coursereport.com. And this isn't quite the whole story. If you actually go read my paper, it's coursereport.com or a Fortune 50 provider, but that's like too complicated. Find the best bootcamp for you. Okay. Boom, coursereport.com. So a Fortune 50 provider would be like Google or AWS, for example. This is technically high prestige bootcamp. Yeah, and what Google and Amazon and Microsoft and others like them offer, they actually aren't boot camps. They're just certifications. Look for a boot camp with a rating of 4.25 or greater. Look for a boot camp with 400 ratings or more. This is and 400 or more reviews. Look for a boot camp with a rating of 4.25 or greater and 400 or more reviews. That makes sense, right? Let me know if that doesn't make sense. Just to illustrate, we go over here, we go to all schools. We go close this, sort by most reviewed. And then you can see Lowagon is great. They're not in the United States, but they're like the best in the world. And then App Academy is the one that I actually recommend to people as the best in the States. I think General Assembly is like the best one that like barely makes it over the line. 4.33. Yeah. And here's why you don't go for best reviewed. If I just click best reviewed, look at the top result. It's got eight reviews. Just don't use it. You know what I mean? One review. Don't trust these. One review. Can't trust them. Latterly.io is technically not a bootcamp. It's a bootcamp alternative. But if I were to throw Latterly on here and reach out to my alumni, I would have at least 5 reviews. So the fact that like these people can't even get like 2 is really, really sus. Yeah. Anyway.
College degree, need to have more.
Cool. How to identify a high prestige bootcamp. Let's go look at this page and see how that's looking after the parsing. I keep pausing it and it keeps opening back up. TikTok wants to like autoplay. Why coaching program? Useful external resources. How do I? Yeah, see, I don't like this dedentation. I don't like that. Split that onto a different page. Boom. Right, like I want these to be indented. Okay, so how can we do that? Just start by just tabbing it. That was easy. Love it when it's easy, right? Cool. Can I even do this? Make those ordered as well. It works. Yeah. What's better, like 1.1 or 1.a or 1.i? Definitely not I. Not going to go the Roman numerals. Sorry for suggesting that. Okay, AB is not flying. I like using the numbers because that way, as a student, you can refer and you can say, hey, under note 1.1. Whereas if it was an unordered sublist, you would be like the top one under 1 or like the middle one under 1. And then it's like, which middle one? There's 4. So it's better to be able to go like a lawyer, like section 1.3. Like we know exactly what you're talking about. Cool. Let's test these links. Boom. Open a new tab, right? Love it. Boom. Open a new tab, right? Love it. I can just go ahead and say in the United States, App Academy and General Assembly are 2 recommended providers. Are 2 recommended, are 2 high prestige, are 2 recommended high prestige boot camps. Recommended high prestige learning providers. Are 2, let's just say recommended boot camps. Currently in the United States, App Academy and General Assembly are 2 recommended boot camps. Lewagon is for many international. Lucas for PC, what's up? What's up? Thanks for joining. For many international students, for many non-American students, Lewagon will be ideal. For many learners, students, whoa, might be. Lewagon is ideal for many people. Is an ideal boot camp for many people outside of the United States. The other one is the veteran boot camp, or free boot camp for veterans. Free coding boot camp for veterans. One of these is free. That's who code. Let's go. Go back to course report. I might just not mention this if I can't figure it out. I think it was V-School. V-School. And I remember looking at them and they were kind of borderline, because check this out. The rating is good, but the number of reviews is low. So they're not actually high prestige. It's not high prestige. But as I recall, they don't just accept the GI Bill. It's actually totally free for veteran students. Highly recommend the school if you are from Utah and don't intend to stay in the free housing provided. So I don't know. If there's some veterans out there, let me know because I don't know. Like I said, I've talked to like one or two veterans, and they were looking into V school, but I really don't know beyond that. So I'm not actually gonna recommend it.
Stars and over 100 reviews.
Yeah, it's definitely auto playing that, even though I don't want it to. Okay, so cool. I think that works. How about this one?
Check out this paper free on SSRN that I wrote, Hireability and Education.
I think that was like the same link, huh? How about this one? Oops. This one.
Finding the best boot camp for you. You want to learn to code, but so you already have a reputable boot camp. The next step is you still need to know placement rate, boot camp price.
Yep. Okay, so this is like other things to consider with a boot camp. There's other things to consider when picking a boot camp. Placement rate. What is the placement rate? And is a job guarantee offered? Dance for Facebook. Nah. Sup. What is the placement rate and is a job guarantee offered? What is the price and is deferred payment an option? Is deferred payment and do flexible or deferred payment options exist? Does the boot camp accept GI Bill benefits or other tuition reducing, like what do they call it? Like tuition assistance. Tuition assistance, right? What else have we got? Does the boot camp offer the technology training that I am looking for? Does it offer React training? Yep, I think that's pretty much it.
Your personal risk tolerance and your personal language preference. Even the best boot camp, 5 out of 5, if it's overpriced, is not going to be your best return on investment.
Cool. I think that gets the points across. So here, let's do this. How to identify a high prestige boot camp. Dedent this bad boy. Boop. Break it. 1, 2, 3. And then dedent this bad boy. Boom, boom, boom. So this will be, how do I do this with Clement's link? Did it like this. Yeah, so why tech in programming? So just like this. So we'll follow this. So source will be me.
However, that return on investment has...
This is like best boot camp. It's like part 1.
Check out this paper free on SSRN that I wrote.
How to spot a reputable boot camp. I feel like I actually should cite instead of citing my TikTok. Maybe I should cite my scholarly article. Gee, there's a thought. I feel like such an idiot for that. Okay. Hireability and educational prestige. Yeah. So let's grab this link. How to identify a high prestige boot camp. Source is John Vanderveer, hireability and educational prestige. Okay. Let's see how that slide looks. That could look kind of goofy. Yeah, it's really crowded, isn't it? Let's see. The good news is there is sort of this natural pausing point between number 2 and 3. So 2 is like how to do it in theory, and then 3 is like what specific boot camps do you recommend? So let's check this out. Ew, I meant to split the page. Cool. Useful external resources. How to identify a high prestige boot camp. Boom. How to identify high prestige. So I think it's spacious enough and sort of like formatted well enough. Whoa. My connection just goofed up on my phone. Low battery. And my charger can't reach. Might have to drop the TikTok stream here in a minute, but if you're on TikTok, feel free to hop on YouTube or Twitch. You'll get a better view of the screen anyway. More things to consider when picking a boot camp. Boom. Should be item 5 because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. More things to consider when picking a boot camp. I think that fairly well takes the whole page up, doesn't it? Yeah.
You want to learn to code, but how do you find the right boot camp? Part 2 of 3. Here's Don Hansen. He interviews coding boot camp graduates on YouTube. Find him and then follow my channel for part 3 of 3. There's more home.
So the point of this is to link to Don Hansen as an external resource. Let's just see if I have a better, like, why not just link his own YouTube channel, right? No, I think I need to do my own TikTok reference, because I could just send a link to Don Hansen's channel and then it's like, why? This one actually explains why. Don Hansen. Is it S-O-N or S-E-N?
You want to learn to code, but how do you find the right boot camp? Part 2 of 3. Here's Don.
It's E-N. E-N. Don Hansen's YouTube channel has bootcamp reviews. Has in-depth. Okay.
Finding the best boot camp for you. Part 5. How do you, as a risk educational person.
Cool. So that's gone. What about this one? Hey, what are you doing? KZQ, thanks for joining. Thanks for the question. I'm building an open source curriculum to learn to code. So I'm teaching people to code, basically. This is the website, github.com/Vanderveer/laterally slides, part of Hacktoberfest. You can just kind of like read this README and it'll basically tell you, and it has like all these links. So right now, a bunch of the links are just like these ugly links, and I'm trying to kind of make them more readable. You can still like click all the links and like learn it. It's just gonna like take you a long time. So yeah, there's also this slideshow view. And eventually I'll be using this slideshow to actually record videos, but you know, slides need to be good before we can do that.
Rate as a web developer, you should learn React, not Angular. Angular, about 24,000 results today. React, about 35. And this is for AngularJS and Angular 2 Plus combined.
Okay, so this is why learn React instead of AngularJS. So that would go under why React. And the answer is like job availability. Like that's the reason. Are you a software developer? Yeah, I am. What do you do?
I like you. Have a cupcake. I like you. Have a cupcake.
Yeah.
I like you. Have a cup. I like you. Have a cupcake. I like you. Have a cupcake.
So this is like basically like all of those are a bad idea to learn them because they are low. Do you do front end or back end? I do both. I'm a principal developer, so I'm a full stack developer. I also do, I'm AWS Solutions Architect certified, so like I do infrastructure stuff too, DevOps, Jenkins build pipelines. Ew, that's so much fun, right? GitOps, that's a cool one. Flex with GitOps. It's like GitHub Actions and stuff like that. So all the above. Let's see. I might want to just delete this TikTok. Basically, this is arguing that all these things have low job I mean, yeah. And the other thing is like, why not Vue? And the answer is like low job placement rate. Okay, so this is still why React. Eventually I can revise the why React. Like, I can make this better at some point, but like, same story for Vue, Flutter, Golang.
I like you.
Svelte, and many others. Cool. Nice. Which one do you prefer, and which one should recommend getting into? Yeah, so I recommend for a first programming language you learn JavaScript, and that for your framework you learn React. So on TikTok, I'm the CEO of Learn React, not
Have
Python.
a cup.
So here's my TikTok. Follow my TikTok. CEO of Learn React, not Python. So basically, everyone knows that the two introductory languages are JavaScript and Python, and that's the real debate. No one else really thinks that other languages are a good intro language. So if I just say like best beginner programming language. Sorry for so many questions. Hey, no sweat. That's what I'm here for. This is like office hours. So you see, here's best programming languages to learn. Up top, you got JavaScript and Python. Go, which is ridiculous. You know what? That's not ridiculous. This is best programming languages for, yeah. If you're a beginner, you should not be learning Go. Go is a wonderful language. And is it one of the ones you should learn in 2021? Maybe, but not if you're a beginner. This is like an intermediate to senior language. You don't want to start with that. Anyway. So like, why are JavaScript and Python so cool? They're multi-paradigm and they are multi-purpose. So you can write functional, you can write class-based, that is object-oriented. They're also scripting languages. They are syntactically easy to understand. They have minimal boilerplate, and there are lots and lots of jobs. So that's the reason you'd want these two. Python, however, has a bent toward data analytics and artificial intelligence and machine learning. So you pigeonhole yourself a little bit. I also personally think it's not very ergonomic. It's like not fun to develop in. And like tooling around it is not as good. The use cases are more limited. So JavaScript is a true full stack language. Python is not. Python is a server side language. And just like React just pays more. Like, check this out, Indeed.com. Oh, that's going to get number of jobs. That's not going to get payment. Let's go Glassdoor maybe. Glassdoor, React salary. And I think we just want to look at the first few years of experience, not the whole. You don't want to just like be like a senior React developer. That's not awesome. It's more like you want to start with React and then eventually go full stack. So I would not want to look at all years of experience. I would want to look at like 0 to 1 or 1 to 3, something like that. Let's look at 1 to 3. Did that number change at all? 81,765. 81,765. Yeah, I think it's not actually picking up on the years of experience. Oh, something didn't load properly. That's lit. I did this comparison somewhere. Where did I do this? Maybe it was Indeed, where it can tell you like the skill. like the value of the skill. Developer skills, React. React salary. Hasn't changed. What does that mean? Here we go, pay scale, that's what I was using. Okay, so yeah, here's React 92, and then let's go Python. I think I can just change it up here, right? Python. Oh, Python's also at 92. Dope. Yeah, I think in the past I was comparing React with like Angular or Vue. Let's check out Vue.js. Yeah, so Vue is 81. And then let's look at Angular. 88. Yeah. So React beats Angular and Vue. And then I also compared like C++. I'm not sure if I can type it in like that. Yeah. Because the plus symbol means something else in, when it's in the URL. But I can just say C. No. Objective-C. Maybe Swift. Swift is more niche though, so it's going to be high salary actually. Let's see anyway. Swift is going to be high salary, but it's going to be lower job placement rate. I was talking about the number changing when you, yeah, that's true. So it looks like React and Python pay the same, basically. React and Python pay the same. So if they pay the same, then the question would be about like number of jobs available. So you can go JavaScript or React. This is just a search today. Why is it showing this job is expired? Why is it showing up then? That's kind of weird. This is like 133. Now let's go Python, but here's the trick. Python minus React. Let's do that. I kind of want to do minus JavaScript as well. Ooh, 155 minus JavaScript. Bam, and that's the trick. 131. So if you just search for JavaScript or if you just search for Python jobs, I think the number is actually higher. Let's see. Python is 170. JavaScript is 114. So Python says higher, but here's the trick. A lot of these Python jobs are expecting you to also know JavaScript, which isn't fair basically, because they're asking you to know two languages, and so they're not really comparable. So if you say minus JavaScript minus React, there are fewer than if you know JavaScript and React. Or. I meant or not and. Yep. What if I do minus Python? Then it loses. That's 6. So there's actually a ton of overlap. I heard that not many people do front end, so there's more job opportunities. A lot of people do front end, but there's still job opportunities. Like there's over 100,000 jobs, right?
So if you learn modern Angular,
I believe if you know React and if you don't know Python, you can still get that job in a lot of cases, and they'll teach you Python on the job. But if you don't know JavaScript, I don't think you should be getting hired for a full stack job. I mean, maybe someone will hire you if they're desperate, but you're not really a full stack developer if you don't know the front end and the back end, right? Okay, cool. Same story view. There's kind of a note here about you should learn TypeScript. Comment that.
thousands less. If your goal is to maximize your employment rate,
People saying, hey, if you want to be this, you gotta learn this.
Yep, so these are reasons you should learn JavaScript. Which is related to why React. This is some reasons to learn JavaScript. Platform and use case versatility. Familiar mental model. Cool, cool.
People saying, hey.
Done with that. Ugh. Only 40 more to go. Golly. Appreciate the answers. Good talking to you. See ya. This is just like celebrating non-traditional backgrounds. That's fine. Don't need that.
I hope you follow my channel, because from my channel, if you swipe to the next video, I answer this question. 4 answers are work with me directly, get the Google Android Developer Cert, General Assembly, or App Academy.
Yeah, don't really need that. That's already included in the other stuff we talked about.
What's your opinion on the Vue, React, Angular?
Learn React first, because you want a job. Learn React Native for platform versatility.
Yep, so this is kind of a plug for React Native, I guess. Yeah, why React, not Angular? This includes why learn React. Yeah, this is like another reason. This is like another reason. React Native has unsurpassed. React Native has special cross-platform uses. I think that gets the point across. Why learn React instead of Angular? The TypeScript note really doesn't apply here because Angular has TypeScript. So I'm going to delete that. But it is, I'm not going to delete it, I'm going to move it because it is a point that make the point that React supports both JS and TS.
Learn next, because it's the best for me.
If you're saying,
Cool. So what's the next one? On the road again.
How to be successful in the film industry. Step 1, start. Step 2,
So this is just like, it's easy to get 6 figures if you know React, basically. We've covered that elsewhere. The fact that it's lucrative is a good reason to program.
What programming language you need to program in depends on...
If the answer "it depends" confuses you, like this video and follow my account. You want to learn JavaScript and React. This will enable you to do front-end development, server-side, desktop applications through Electron, or mobile.
What programming language you need to program in depends...
Yeah, so this is why I learned React. Basically, like a lot of people say it depends, and that confuses people who are not already in tech. So that's why I push so hard that JavaScript and React are the intelligent defaults that you want. I also want to mention that Python is niche-ier. Recommended for data science, AI, and ML. But it's a worse server language. Flask and Django. What's the other one? And Drupal are gross. If I catch some heat for that, I don't even care. Cool. I don't really think this. I don't really think this video is too useful. It's basically just saying the answer "it depends" is confusing, which is true, but that's not like. How does that add value? How does that add value? I don't see it adding value.
Depends confuses you.
Step 3.
What language should I learn?
Beginners should learn React, not Python. And yes, later in your career, you will learn whatever else as projects require. React is going to help you get that first job. You needed JavaScript for the website. You didn't need Python. You can start with a simple text file, no installation.
What?
You needed JavaScript for the website. You didn't need Python. The point there is that Python is not a full stack language. JavaScript is. Do I mention that elsewhere? Python is a server-side language. React and JavaScript are full stack technologies. Yeah, I think I make the same point here, basically.
Learn React, not Python. This guy's 95% right, but you're not going to want to start with a mobile programming language like Kotlin. Not everybody needs a mobile app. You're going to be limiting your hireability as a job candidate. Learn web technologies. Everybody needs a website. Not everyone needs a Python server-side language programmer.
Yeah, I think I make the same point there. So I don't need 2 links. I've already made the point. On the road again.
I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. And this tree wants to tell.
The fact that many of you can have your best financial year of your life.
Yep, so this is just another overview of the benefits, but nothing new.
I like you. Have a cupcake. I like you. Have a...
Okay, so here we're saying that you can do free project hosting with GitHub Pages. I don't think I've mentioned that elsewhere yet.
cupcake. I like you. Have a...
Yeah, so let's mention this under the external resources, useful external resources. And I do an even better job with Vercel and stuff elsewhere. But it is a useful note that GitHub Pages allows free portfolio hosting. Hilariously enough, this project is hosted on GitHub Pages. Don Restall, hey, what's up, Don? Great to see you. I liked the, we did the trend earlier, which is like, you know, what degree did you get and stuff like that. That was fun.
I like you.
Cool, so we got all these knocked out. What about this one? All right, so that's the one we just did. Let's delete it.
There is an index that actually tracks the popularity of languages.
PGT, thanks for suggesting the Tyobe index. I love the data-driven approach. It was new information for me, so I checked it out, but I had a really negative experience. I think on JavaScript, it matches a bunch of wrong keywords. It doesn't match for React, Angular, ECMAScript, ES6, a bunch of other things like that we'd be searching for. So what I'd recommend people do instead is look to the Stack Overflow Developer Survey, which is like a really common reference anyway. And I think there you'll see that the answer is learn React, not Python.
Yeah, so
yes, course, the optimal technology for your project depends on your project requirements, but we need an intelligent default for
Yeah, I'm just arguing that like, hey, there are cases where Python's better. Basically, if you're into data science, Python is definitely the winner. But I don't like the general advice of Python as a programming language because if you're not interested in data science, you end up blocking yourself basically, or like niching yourself and pigeonholing yourself into data analysis. So that I go on to make that second point, but the main point there was
just starting out.
The main point here was that according to the Stack Overflow developer survey, JavaScript is more popular. That was the main plug there. So why React? The reasoning here is JavaScript is the most common programming language according to Stack Overflow developer surveys. Let me finish the video. I want to
You're
see.
overwhelmed with the options. Again, JavaScript has platform flexibility, etc. Yeah, if this is new information for you, if you're a viewer, follow my channel, hit the like button, and we'll teach you how to code.
There's somewhere else where I show the programming languages that developers actually enjoy. Most loved programming language. Yeah, 2020 and 2021. Let's get to the results, yo. I do appreciate that Stack Overflow spends so much time going over the methodology. Completes its ninth year in a row as the most commonly used programming language. For most developers, programming is web programming. Python traded places with SQL to become third. And they're being generous calling HTML, CSS, and SQL programming languages. Technically they are, but they are almost like DSLs. They're like specialty languages, not general use languages. JavaScript and Python are the two. Here's the thing. JavaScript and Python, take a look in front of you. They're the two top general purpose programming languages, but they're not neck and neck. JavaScript is like it's like almost 50% more used. I guess what? That's closer to like 30% more used, but it's by a substantial margin. It's not like they're neck and neck. If I click professional developers, boom, the margin grows so that it's over 50%, which means Python is disproportionately used by non-developers. You might say, John, like non-developer programming, that doesn't make sense. Sure it does. It's like data analysts. That is what you're niching yourself with right there. You might not realize it. That's what you're niching yourself with. It's also heavily used for DevOps and GitOps and like pipeline stuff. So if those are your interests, if you're like, hey man, I just want to be DevOps. I'm still not sure that I still wouldn't recommend Python over JavaScript, but I would acknowledge that like they're both fine. With DevOps, you're going to need to be able to do both if you actually want to do DevOps. And you're also going to need to know some things like YAML and Groovy and some other kind of like interesting things for DevOps. But ooh, I might really catch some heat for this. DevOps is like mostly not real programming. There are some bits where you're writing like callback hooks or whatever, or you're like actually writing the content of a script. But it's mostly not real programming, not business logic, not rendering logic. It's like it's mostly, there's like a lot of glue code and invoking of pre-existing services. It's a lot of what DevOps is. And it's a lot of infrastructure concerns, which is really a fundamentally different, it's really important and it's related to programming, but it's a fundamentally different knowledge set. Okay, 65K developers, that's really cool. How many were here? Was it over 80K at Stack Overflow? Let's go. So I'm going to just go to this one directly. And that was popularity, but I want to know about most loved because they do that as well. Loved. Svelte is most loved. Okay, these are frameworks. Yeah, love. Express is up there. We got Express beating Python. Yeah, here's Django. See, Express. That's what I thought. I thought it was true, but it's good to see developers agreeing with me that server-side development in this is like front end and back end. Where's the other like? Yeah, where's React though? I don't see React on here. It just didn't talk about React. Everyone hates AngularJS. Everyone hates and Drupal. Isn't Drupal in Python? It is, right? I was just doing some Drupal. It's written in PHP. Sorry. I feel like Drupal and Django I get mixed up. Gatsby. I'm not hot on Gatsby. I mean, kudos to everyone who's like, I've done streams and sometimes the thing just doesn't work. Ruby on Rails. I can't believe that React is not showing up. React. Oh, wow. Hey, this is facts to me. React is the most commonly used, and then jQuery, and then Express. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the top five web frameworks are all JavaScript frameworks. You got to go all the way down to Django. And I've just not had fun with Django in my experience. React surpassed JavaScript. I'm just kind of annoyed that it looks like they didn't. It looks like they didn't survey. Oh, am I just so dumb that it's right there and I didn't even see it? Okay. React is heavily loved. And is that also, and it's heavily wanted. It's more wanted than Vue or Angular. Wow. Okay. This is some good stuff. So what do we learn here? It's JavaScript and React are more common, desired, and loved than alternatives. One, two, three, four. Specifically considering Angular, Vue, and Python. Angular, Vue, Python, Flask, and Django as the alternatives. According to Stack Overflow surveys from 2020 and 2021. Cool. 2021, and then I think we just switched that URL in string to 2020, yeah? Cool. What about 2019? JavaScript up at the top, JavaScript up at the top. Yeah, what about loved? Did they do loved? Python, ooh, has risen in the ranks of programming languages, edging out Java as the second most loved behind Rust. Okay, so in 2019, people loved Python in 2019. React was still at the top, loved and wanted. React is still at the top, loved and wanted. JavaScript and React are more common, are more popular, loved and wanted. And it might be like if we go back to 2018 and so forth too. I don't even care at that point, you know. It's like, please don't bring me shit that was true in 2018. Like, yeah, it's totally irrelevant at this point. Now, what we do want to respect is the fact that it looked like Python was the loved language, even though none of the Python frameworks were loved frameworks, the language was loved. Yeah, oh, because of PyTorch. PyTorch is wild. But again, that's like data analysis stuff. Okay. Databases, Postgre is the OG. Platforms, Linux and Docker, love it. VS Code, love it. Where did it talk about that Python was so loved? Because I don't see it. Okay, here we go. Rust, Python, TypeScript. Wow. The fact that some people love Python more than TypeScript makes me cry. VBA! I did professional VBA development for a hot minute. It was really awful. Hey, appreciate the likes. Wanted is Python. Yeah, I think in 2019 there was some Python envy going on, but let's check out 2021. Here's platforms, all right. Databases, languages is what I want to see. Programming, scripting, and markup languages. Yeah, see? Rust, Clojure. Ooh, these are sexy. Elixir. Isn't Elixir on top of Python? I feel like if you're going to do Python, do Elixir. Runs on Beam Virtual Machine. Okay, so it's based on Erlang, not Python. Okay. Yeah, Elixir seems pretty dope. A lot of these are dope, right? I don't know about Julia. Dart and Swift, great. Node.js, great. So JavaScript is way down here, but how can JavaScript be down here and Node's down here? Where's Dino? Is anybody talking about Dino? There's Dino. What does it say? It just says other tools. Oh, this is just like how many people use it. Yeah. Oh no, my phone died. Oh well. We knew it was going to happen. So Dino is still ahead of its time. I don't think that means people don't like it. I think it means people don't know what it is. Like, it's really not caught on yet. Which is okay. Languages. Most loved languages. Yep. According to Stack Overflow surveys, in 2019, Python was loved more than TypeScript. Although JS frameworks were preferred. To be fair, in 2019, Python as a language was loved more than TypeScript, although none of the Python frameworks were highly desired. Okay, I think we got the point there. And with that, I can drop this TikTok. Just pointing right at the Stack Overflow developer surveys is better, I think. Let's go look at that slide. Job availability. Make another slide out of that. Why React? Is that too much on the screen or is that okay? I feel like if we can consolidate line 2 there, it'll look good. And then that's just a lot. Oh well, I'll probably do another round and clean this up. Just hit some keys in a very bad way. AI and ML. Oh, beginner. AI and ML. May be dangerous for developers that don't understand statistics. When used by developers that don't understand statistics. AI and ML may be dangerous when used by developers that don't understand statistics. I think that's fair. And I think a lot of the Python developers and statisticians and data analysts and data scientists that I know would all agree that that's fair. And applied machine learning researchers that I know. Okay, why learn React instead of Angular? Job availability. Yep. How about drop the word story? Same for, let's alphabetize these. I can get rid of Golang. Same for, and drop the word many. Same for, yeah, I think 3 and others makes sense. Flutter, Svelte, Vue, and others. Same for Flutter, Svelte, Vue, and others. React Native has special cross-platform uses. I think that's great. Yep. And let's do this. Let's take this link. Isn't this the link where I'm talking about the jobs? And throw it on there. And so it's like 3 different little links. 1, 2, 3. Make sure that they are opening in a new tab. Job availability.
If your goal is to maximize your employment rate as a web developer, you should learn React, not Angular. Angular?
Yep.
About...
Yep. Okay, cool. I think I'm gonna do about 5 more minutes and hop off. Making good progress. Not quite there yet, but making a lot of good progress. Thank you for being there with me. How about this one?
There is an index that
Okay, we already went through that one.
Whoa! Job Dr. Tessa says that you can make $150K plus after 10 to 20 years of experience in your industry.
So this is like plugging programming for being lucrative. We've done that plenty elsewhere.
So if you're a modern web developer, VS Code is the state of the art. Sublime is old, Atom is old. No one.
Okay, so this is not why React or JavaScript. This is why VS Code. Why VS Code? Should that be its own section, or can that go under useful external resources? I don't know. For now, just make it a link. I think this can go under like miscellaneous. Like miscellaneous links. I might move that later, but I think it's fine there for now.
John, I'm trying to make money, but I don't have money to invest. What you need is a better job. Start getting a 75 grand salary in 3 months.
So these are some other other jobs you could be doing other than programming and tech. Why tech? Other tech jobs besides developer. Let's see if that slide is fine.
I loved.
Why React? Why React? Let's see, what was this? This was the last Why React slide. Hey there. I'm wrapping up in the next few minutes. Okay, so the way I wrote that works. Is it too ugly as a developer looking at it? I think it's fine, right? The page is too busy, but that's sort of like a different concern, right? Yeah, I'll leave that for... I'll leave that for some other time. Okay. How about this?
It's multi-use. You can use it for data analysis, machine learning.
Learn React, not Python. Data analysis and machine learning isn't multi-use. That's the same use case. JavaScript is truly multi-use. It's the go-to language for full stack development. Don't take my word for it. Check the Stack Overflow developer survey.
Okay, so I think that's just redundant with other stuff.
I might not have money for food or to hang out with my friends, but I always have money for candles. I might not have money for food.
It's like plugging the external resources.
Or to hang out with.
It's multi.
What's something really important that you should have been taught?
I'm going to save you a ton of money with 5 tips. You can get a great job without a degree. Get the job first, your employer will help you pay for your degree. The field doesn't matter that much. You can actually get a degree for free. You make a ton of money coding, and it's actually fun.
What? Something really important that you should have been taught.
I'm going to save you a ton of money with 5 tips. You can get a great job without a degree. Get the job first, your employer will help you pay for your degree. The field doesn't matter that much. You can actually get a degree for free. You make a ton of money coding.
You can get a degree for free. This is more like the economics of education kind of thing. Yeah, so it really goes down here. Okay.
Look, I get it. Being a woman and trying to find a job in the STEM is...
Ladies who want to code, 5 tips in under a minute. 1, realize by wanting to code, you already have a huge advantage, and a lot of these academic and statistical results don't even apply to you. 2, here's one of like 1,000 papers on this topic. One of the reasons men land a lot of these roles is basically because they're overconfident and assertive, like during their interview. So we can actually do something called assertiveness training. Just Google that. This can actually help even if you're a guy, if you're low confidence. 3, there are a ton of like really vibrant communities that are striving specifically to empower women in coding. So girlswhocode.com is like a really great one. Look these up on Google. 4, target a pro-diversity employer. So Facebook, Apple, Google, your tier 1, but also a bunch of tier 2 and no-name companies will have diversity initiatives where they're specifically seeking to empower like underrepresented groups, whether that's women, minorities, low income. So target these employers at interview time, ask if they have that program. They'll help you out.
So this is kind of like job search tips more than anything else. It's definitely not why React. Oh, okay, maybe I put it here because like useful external resources includes girlswhocode.com, which is valid. But I think this in general is more useful in the job search process. It's like, hey, ladies who code, here's some tips. Or ladies who want to code, here's some tips. So I'm going to put it under the job search section. Yep. Put it right there. 1, 2, 3. It's in 3 places. Wow. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it was already in the job search section. Okay. Cool.
Let me be clear. I don't think y'all understand how many job openings are available for people with really modern.
So this is like how many job. Yeah.
Number 5, coding.
Goes back to like why you should even want to code and stuff, which we've covered.
Tasha, thanks for the question. You're minimally qualified for a web developer role when you know substantial HTML, CSS, and JavaScript.
So this could go either as part of the master plan or the job search. This is asking the question, how do I know that I'm ready? Yeah. Let's see. why tech and programming, why React, why a coaching program, useful external resources, and the trial by fire. Yeah, there's also something here like importance of soft skills and like overview of the job search. Importance of soft skills and overview of the job search. So I'm going to leave this to do here. But this video we just saw where it's like, how do you know you're ready? That's still not an overview of the job search.
Demonstrate skill using LinkedIn skill assessments and Pluralsight Skill IQ. You'll be far more competitive with 2 or more React projects on your GitHub. Get a recruiter in your corner.
So it's kind of giving the overview there. It's like 2 or more projects, LinkedIn skill assessments, get a recruiter in your corner. That's basically giving an overview, yeah, of the jobs. Like when do you start the job search and a quick overview of it. Sure. It's like an overview of the job search.
Tasha, thanks for the question. You're minimally qualified for a web developer role.
I grabbed like the wrong one off my clipboard. Oops. Okay. I'm just going to say related, put it there. You can tell I'm getting tired because I don't even care.
Hey, do you want to learn to code? Do this one thing right now. Take my handle, go to twitter.com/JohnVanDeveer and follow me. I'm about to go live streaming. I take questions, I show people how to code, but TikTok delays the release of my videos. If you're on Twitter, you'll get notified in real time.
So this is like external, yeah, this is like external resources. Free, okay, free office hours with notifications via Twitter.
Hey, do you want to learn to code? Do this one thing right now. Take my handle.
Is it there twice? Okay, it's there twice.
So you decided to learn to code. Awesome. Do you need a mentor?
Do mentors add value?
Tasha, thanks for the question. You're minimally qualified for a web developer. So you decided to learn to code. Awesome. Do you need a mentor? Actually, you don't. But I'm going to argue that even though you don't need it, it can still be a really great idea. So how do mentors add value? I'm going to argue in a couple ways. We know there's like the social way, right, where they can connect you to people that they know are hiring, give you a referral, give you a reference, help you. prep for that interview. I think another way is that mentors actually help you learn better. Let's compare you going to free code camp by yourself versus with a mentor. By yourself, you're not really sure which certificate to take, so you have to knock them all out. That's like thousands of hours of work. A good mentor would tell you, you only need the top 3, and even those have some sections you can skip. Like the JavaScript frameworks one has a section on jQuery. You really don't need that. So we save you time, which adds value to you, but more importantly, we can accelerate and decelerate as needed, tailored to you. Let's say you get stuck on a place in free.
Help you learn better by accelerating and decelerating pace of learning tailored to you.
Code camp. If it's you by yourself, you're just beating your head against the wall, reading the same text over and over. A good mentor will help the concept click by reframing the same concept in different contexts. Did you know that the free code camp curriculum is dated? A good mentor would.
Can help you find and learn the latest tech instead of learning a point in time. Instead of learning a curriculum optimized for a prior point in time. Can help you find and learn the latest tech instead of learning a fixed curriculum optimized for a prior point in time.
So you decided to learn to code.
That was a little jam-packed one, wasn't it? Okay.
So you decided to learn.
Yeah, we get it.
Literally so hyped for this. 4 initial suggestions. 1, follow the TikTok and review my older videos, soak up what I've already said. 2, catch me on a stream. I'm streaming later today. Follow my Twitter to get real-time alerts when I'm about to go live. 3, I do hourly mentorship. It's not free though. 4th, you can do this on your own.
So this basically just plugs the office hours again.
Literally so hyped for this. 4 initial suggestions. Literally so hyped.
Okay, last little Twitter right here.
So what's the secret to making more than a CEO and way more if you risk adjust it from an investment perspective? The answer is work in tech and don't.
Oh, that's just plugging how lucrative it is again.
I wanted to get a really good job as a software engineer, but had $0 in my bank account.
Big fan of David Bragg, go follow his account, but you need to know 3 letters, ISA. You can go to a solid boot camp for under 20 grand and you shouldn't have to pay a dime until you land a job. That's what I do for my clients.
That's kind of like bragging about the latterly features, is that, okay, there's deferred payment. And also, like, yeah, you shouldn't have to pay a dime is also part of finding an optimal bootcamp. Yeah.
I wanted to get a really good job as a software engineer, but had...
Less than 24 hours old, a brand new resource for you if you're trying to learn React. Christian Floria is another great React coach. He's a peer of mine. He teaches people to learn to code. He's releasing his course on his YouTube channel. He doesn't really have a TikTok, but go subscribe his YouTube channel and check it out.
So, yeah. External resources. Christian Floria has some free resources. Christian Floria has some free resource, has some as free and paid learning resources. Bam. He also like specializes. He also has skill working with, or experience. He also, Christian also has substantial experience working with European learners works, doesn't it?
Less than 24 hours old, a brain. Less than 20.
What's this? I got mixed up. Yeah, that's not needed. This is just like a celebratory type of thing.
Two great questions from Real Fuxes. So React helps you build websites. The reason I recommend people learn it is because it's the best path that I know for most people to get a career in programming. That's going to improve your quality of life for the following.
Useful skill outside of work. Make your own game. Did Clement mention that with his like superpower thing? Yeah, basically, yeah. So those are basically covered. Boom. I like how I said that I was going to be done, and then I just did.
Kind of original. Thanks for the question. Short answer: React is going to help you get a better job faster. Let's look at some data. This data is.
Cover that. Cool. I'm going to leave it there. That's actually a real resource, which will require me to write a bullet instead of just deleting. We only got like 10 to go. Getting pretty close. Just scanning over this code right here. It's looking good. I thought I left one hanging. There was like one that was hanging somewhere, but I guess maybe I filled it out at some point. Can't wait to get to that job search. Got a bunch of those there, huh? And we actually, I owe you a like a watch night because there's even more TikToks. All right. I have the trial by fire on YouTube. Let me grab the trial by fire YouTube link. Cool. So what is the feature commit message here? It is YTech plus programming whip. That's what it is, right? Cool. Why tech? This is just like the intro. Still the intro section. Master plan. All right, thanks for tuning in. See ya.